ShinRobjira.
What's going on there, friends and neighbors? I am ShinRobjira, and as you can see today, we are talking about the Playmates Hong Kong Battle Kong and Godzilla figures. And as you can tell, the main draw for these figures is that they will be draped in the neon nightlifes of that of Hong Kong during one of their many spats that they'll be having throughout the film. Wanted to cover a few things before we snip these things out of the boxes. As you can see, the boxes were updated to feature blockbuster movie Godzilla vs. Kong, Hong Kong Battle. We've got two different images of the battle damage reveal, which I was hoping they would do because, you know, that'd be lazy if they didn't. It looks like the major oranges for the background are a little bit more lighter this go around, while this one was much more darker and fiercey. And of course, looking at the back of the boxes here, we can see two very different images, as well as an entirely different lineup. Godzilla Extreme, which I think is just going to be the Battle Roar Godzilla. Mecha Godzilla, Skullcrawler, Kong with Fighter Jet, which I still need to get. Warbat with a Spree, which I still need to get. Hong Kong Battle Godzilla and Godzilla with Radio Tower. And then we have image of Neon Raver MONKE, Neon Raving Lizard. Time to snip. And snip! Come to Snippy Puppy. Snip! Snip! So what you want to do here is just slice like so. You see? That is so much nicer this go around. Thank you, Playmates. Blueberry Swedish fish.
Hallo und MONKE.
One snip. Two snip. Oh dear! Silly monkey. Hey, yo, Papa John, let me get a slice. JK. Pizza. Neon. Now that is lazy. Yikes. Alright, so I'm totally not insane. The backing parts with the oranges is totally lighter than the originals were. These are much darker. Just wanted to cover that. Anyway, let's just get these figures together, shall we? So clearly we're going to be seeing a lot of the same with these two figures, but we're also going to be seeing the obvious differences here, that being the major paint jobs. Starting off with Kong first, I originally thought that this was going to be the same figure as this, just with a different head, but I do think this is 100% the Kong with fighter jet figure, just with the neon arms and the axe. If anybody can clear that up for me, let me know, but for the most part, judging by the normal base coat and the difference between the two, this is 100% Kong with fighter jet. Taking a closer look, yeah, that's looking like Kong with fighter jet, but let's take an even closer look. So, I really don't think we need this figure much anymore because we can tell the two differences between the paint jobs, base coat at least, but what I am going to need is that axe.
Monkey cheek.
We'll talk about the axes later. Right now, I just want to talk about the neon hues on Kong's arms over here. This is a very nice mixture of pinks, purples, and blues here, although I'm only really seeing one blue, and they do manage to capture at least the front part of Kong's arms over here. You're going to get some overlapping over here, but then looking at the bottom of the arm, you're not going to get much of anything. Looks to be the major same with the other arm, little bit on the sides, nothing on the bottom, little bit on the side, everything on the front. T-posing neon raving monkey. The cool thing here is Playmates actually added some extra hues of blue to the Kong figure, just so it didn't look like man's tie-dyed his arms. We're also going to get a little bit of that on the shoulders, and I really stress a little bit. And we're going to get some of that magnificent blue on Kong's beard. Low-key looking like the lead singer from Mudvayne, LD50, hey. So when it comes to the new paint on this Kong figure, that pretty much covers it, but, yeah, there's a but. Peelage. Over here on the joints. Dried paint flakes over here on the pits. That honestly scares me to even mess around with this figure even a little bit. Hey guys, I apologize for the not so great audio right now, but I was just messing around with Kong over here trying to get him into a pose, and I moved the arm and the blue and purple paint over here on the battle damage actually started scraping off. Yeah, to give you guys a closer look at it over here, yeah, like the paint just peeled right off just from a rotation of the arm. So if and whenever you get these guys, be really careful because this stuff looks to be peeling really easily. Now, since these figures weren't part of the major GVK leak earlier last year, we really don't know how long these figures have existed, but from the peeling and everything, this makes me think that these were somewhat maybe last minute, possibly? I don't know. Paint peeling hasn't been an issue with Playmates thus far, and the fact that we have it now, I don't know. That makes me think last minute, possible rush job. But you know what also makes me think that? This lazy freaking axe. Now, don't get on my case about kids' toys and all that other crap. I'm through with that. Because look at this. The original axe is painted on both sides and looks, you know, good. This, however, sorry, Playmates, you're not getting a pass from me on that. I understand that this is a lighting situation. This is all about lighting and neons and everything. But if you're going to go that far to repaint this thing slightly purple, you should have kept the blue on the dorsal fin, which I'm thoroughly still convinced that's what the blade of this axe is, a dorsal fin. So, yeah. But the detail is all the same. Nothing different, just color. Something you can expect from this figure, though, is the exact same amount of articulation that you got with other GVK Playmates comms. Rotation at the head, in and out motions at the arms, swivel at the arms, please be careful, don't chip any more paint, bend in and out at the elbow, swivel at the elbow, and a swivel at the wrist, decent kick forward with the legs, bend forward at the knee, that looks painful, leg can go back about that far, knee can go back about that far.
Don't think I forgot about the luscious monkey cheeks!
And of course, battle damage. Pretty much the exact same thing you got with the other Kong figure. Although this guy's got a little bit more blue in his wound, but you know what they say about neon. Personally, I don't know what they say about neon either. I was hoping you guys would just fill in the blanks for me. The only other thing I can really talk about with this figure is what I've already talked about, and that's just the different base coat. We've got a less darker face than this version, we've got much lighter fur than this version, much lighter skin than this version, and that's pretty much it. The other only major factor is the fact that this guy's got his mouth closed and he's got neon arms. Also, just to throw this out there, I prefer closed mouth Kong over open mouth Kong. I don't know, this Kong just looks so much more pissed off, but also calm and collected. This Kong looks like he had too much chili on fajitas night. Looking at the neon Hong Kong Godzilla though, this guy definitely fared a lot better than Kong. In fact, I'm a little bit bummed that Kong didn't get any translucent plastic on his repaint. It's like, come on, translucent arms would have been cool, or a translucent axe. Just, I don't know. Obvious Godzilla favoritism. I will say this about the Godzilla figure, it's definitely something that looks better once you get it in hand, because when I saw in-hand pictures of it, I thought it looked like he was being suffocated by a vaporwave fruit by the foot, but here it looks a lot better. Not gonna lie, I really enjoy how it looks. I mean, this angle is just a little bit scary, but looking at the pinks and the purples colliding with the translucent blue on the chest, it's just so very nice. But what do I spy there? Some weak paint, it seems. Moving down a bit farther, we can see that Godzilla's arms are also of the translucent variety. They are also sporting some purple and blue. Mostly seems to just be purple though, at least until you lift his arms up and you can see the base coat color of black. Looking at the legs, we can see that we have that black base coat, purple on the front, the purple will be present on the back of the legs as well, and translucent blue on the sides. And I know it might look cheap to some, but I really do love translucent plastic. I've been a sucker for translucent plastic all my life. And this personally to me looks really, really cool. I also love that the feet are translucent as well. Like, that's just a super cool look. Even the L1 over here. I'm sorry, I'm gushing. I'm a sucker for the translucent plastics, like I said. From the belly and crotch down, you are going to get more translucent blue leading all the way up to the tip of the tail. Don't worry, we're getting to it. And just look at that translucent blue tip, purple pink dorsal fins leading into the base coat black, crawling up to the base of the dorsal fins and the tail, and there we go. The translucent blue dorsal fins mixed with the purple paint on this figure is awesome. A little bit miffed about that paint scratching, but this shiz do be looking rather fantastic, especially in the right light. This thing might be a kid's toy, but he's going to shine real nice and bright in your collection no matter how old you are. I mean, just look at that. Ugh, I'm a sucker for wild colors, and this is tickling the picklin'. So when looking at Godzilla's face, yes, this is essentially just a gigantic translucent blue Godzilla figure. You are still going to get the major details on the figure, just, you know, clear. And when looking at these two figures side by side, they are essentially the same. You're gonna get the same amount of detail with each. Nothing crazy between the two. Now, originally, I thought this figure was split in half. Half of it was going to be solid black and the other half was going to be translucent. But looking at the tail over here and looking at the arms and even over here where the paint failed a little bit, you can see that this is just a translucent blue Godzilla, like I said before, but certain parts of him were painted solid black, which only makes me say, where's my fully blue translucent Godzilla figure, Playmates? I'll pay for it. I tell ya I will. All right, time to talk about Goji's accessories. Here is the original Heat Ray, and here is the Hong Kong Battle Heat Ray. Now, I might be crazy, but I think Hong Kong Battle Heat Ray over here is a little bit darker than the original. Actually, I don't think it is. I know it is. That is definitely darker than the original. Yeah, come on, that's totally darker. Now let's take a look at the battle damage. There we go. They are essentially the same, just two different colors. And one's translucent and the other one's solid. That's pretty much it. The battle damage on the two figures is, well, exactly the same. Alrighty, time for articulation. Nothing major in the head. I'm getting a little slight movement here, but I don't trust that. Opening and closing of the jaw. Arms can go all the way around. Legs cannot go all the way around. Legs are kinda loose on mine. Just a heads up. We have a ball joint at the tail. That far to the side. This far to the side, rotation of course, and nothing at the tip. It's just translucent and blue. And applying the atomic blast to this figure is exactly the same as the original, just shove it in his mouth. And there you go. Bing, bang, boom, Ronnie, you're done. So are these figures cool? Absolutely. I'm a sucker for the translucent plastic when it comes to Godzilla, and when it comes to both of them, I love the pinkish purple and blue combinations on them. My only critiques are, why the lazy axe? Why didn't Kong get a little bit more of what Godzilla had? And why do I not have a fully blue translucent Godzilla figure yet? Playmates, what's going on there? They're exactly the same as the figures that we've gotten prior, even though I technically don't have Fighter Jet Kong or Warbat yet, and I really can't stretch this video out much longer. Now, would I suggest people buying these for the amazingly scalped out the freaking ass prices? No. Absolutely freaking not. They're the same $10 figures with different paint, and in terms of Godzilla, with translucent plastic instead. This is not worth shoveling out $99, $100, Doug. But whenever you do come across them, they're lovely little additions to throw into your collection. I do wish, again, they went a little bit all out for Kong, but hey, maybe somewhere down the line. And that's pretty much it, friends and neighbors. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed the nice close look at Hong Kong Battle Godzilla and Hong Kong Battle Kong. And I will see you all here on Friday for a review of the Mega Godzilla and the Deluxe Action Battle Roar Emaciated Meatball Massacre Kong. Until then, everybody, see you all then and there.